Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Will from Team Scoop for Blumpkin here. Thought I'd bring you another deck profile. This is my reversal quiz. I came 5th at locals with it the other day. I'd say it's probably a solid tier 2 deck. It's a little tricky to play, but so to start it off, we play 3 reversal quiz and 3 Fuhma Shuriken. It's the win condition of the deck. I'll explain what it does at the end. So 3 upstarts for drawing. 3 duality, because hardly ever special summon, just searches through the deck. 3 Spellbook Organization for stacking, and 1 Feather of the Phoenix for the same reason. 1 Day of Peace, because draw power, less damage, and 1 copy of Scapegoat just to stall out a little bit more. That's it for the spells. Monsters, I play 3 Cardcar D, 3 Swift Scarecrow, 3 Kuriphoton. This guy's the MVP in my opinion. It's a better version of Swift Scarecrow. Pay 2,000 life points. Send this card from your hand to your grave. Take no more damage, so it stops Cowboy. 2 Lava Golem. Great card. Extra damage output for the deck. You need it. Trap wise, 3 Reckless Greed, 3 Hope for Escape, 3 Waboku. This is just to control damage. You don't have to activate this straight away. You can let your opponent do some damage and then go Waboku, because I've taken enough now to OTK. 2 Threatening Roars. That's it for the main deck. That's 11 traps, 11 monsters, and 28 spells, I think. The only thing I'd change is I'd change a Scapegoat to a 3rd Threatening Roar. I found Roar much more useful than Scapegoat. So for extra, the side and extra are pretty irrelevant, but I play BLS because I side dark, so sometimes I've never actually sided it, but you never know. 2 Gores to stop OTKs. 3rd copy of Lava Golem. You need this in the Teller matchup. Discards, gets rid of them, stops them from alphaing you, which alpha is an instant loss basically. If they got alpha when you quiz, you lose. 3 Maxi for BA, insane draw power. Trag, same reason as Gores. 2nd Scapegoat, just because I had space. 3 Shared Ride, because there's a Prophecy player at my locals, so I put these in just in case. And triple Fairy Wind, because Quill Forts are a thing. You can control life points really easy with Fairy Wind by just chaining all your traps and then going Fairy Wind. So that's it for the side. And extra deck, the only important card is Lucky Straight. It's not actually important, I just find it very lucky, hence the name Lucky Straight. I just played a bunch of ulti cards because Ultimate Rare is my favourite. So none of this is actually relevant. It's just stuff. Okay, so the win condition of the deck is these 2 cards. Basically, Reversal Quiz has a cost of sending every card in your hand on your side of the field to the grave. Then you call the top card of your deck, either monster, spell, or trap, and if you call it right, you swap life points with your opponent. Now, Fuhma Shuriken, when it's sent from the field to the grave, so you have to have this on the field first, it can be set. Inflicts 700 points of damage to your opponent. So you play Reversal Quiz when you're really low on life, say 700, 800, with multiple copies of this set. These get sent to the grave. You call Quiz, assuming you get it right, which you should do because you have Feather of the Phoenix to stack one from your grave, or Spellbook Organization to look at the top 3 cards of your deck. So 90% of the time you'll get it right. This goes to the grave, you swap life points, your opponent takes damage, you win. Game 2. Or match, whichever game you're in. Sometimes you do have to take the gamble with Quiz to just hope for the best, hope you call what it is. Generally you want to call Spell in that case, because that's just the most common card in the deck. But if you've gone through 20 spells and no monsters, then call Monster, because it's more likely to be a monster, so just use General Judgment. The deck has the ability to do 3,100 in one turn, and to do that you need Lava Golem in your hand, 3 copies of Fuhma Shuriken, and Reversal Quiz. So you'd go summon Lava Golem to your opponent's side of the field while you're on, say, like 3,000 life points, set 3 copies of Shuriken, go Quiz, call the top card of your deck, assuming you know what it is. So this is on your opponent's side. Call Quiz, sends your Fuhmas. Your Fuhmas do 21 because there's 3 of them. And then your opponent's standby phase, they take another 1,000, so they take 3,100. So it's fairly easy to win with the deck, you just have to know how to play it. Don't use your stall cards straight away, save them for the right moment. Just because your opponent's attacking directly doesn't mean you have to drop Scarecrow. Lure them in, like, you have to be in control the whole game. As soon as your opponent starts destroying a back row, you start losing. It has quite a hard BA matchup because of the back row hate. Shaddolls are fairly easy. Tellers are one of your hardest matchups, but Lava Golem gets rid of it. So provided you can win quickly, this guy wins you the game. Chainburn. No one plays Chainburn, or very few people play Chainburn anymore, but that kills this deck because unless you have Kuriphoton in your hand, you lose because they just burn you for all the damage in one turn. And the mirror is boring as hell. I've luckily never come across the mirror. But all you can do is hope that you draw all your combo pieces and your Kuriphotons and hope for escapes, because that's your way of burning yourself before your opponent does. So yeah, that's my Reversal Quiz deck. It's one of my favourite decks to play. It will piss people off, people will hate you, but it is a really good laugh. Thanks for listening, guys. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.